In 2024, we saw games where soldiers dove headfirst into alien planets to defend Earth, Princess Zelda led her very own legend, a little robot overcame impossible odds to rescue PlayStation's greatest characters, and a game of poker unlike anything else. There can be arguments for why any number of our Best Game of 2024 nominees could take home the crown. A stark contrast from last year, where Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom were locked-in favorites.
True.
The breadth of games on display, from Black Myth Wukong to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, means picking this year's winner was harder than usual. But ultimately, there was one clear winner. Here's IGN's Best Game of 2024.
I have a bad feeling, man.
Before we get to the overall winner, let's look back at some of the other games from this year that deserve your recognition, starting with our honorable mentions. These nominees were much loved by IGN's editorial team, but didn't get as many votes as our winner and runners-up. That said, they deserve your attention nonetheless. The mystery is afoot in the sequel to 2022's delightful point-and-click game, The Case of the Golden Idol. Set 200 years after the events of the first game, Rise of the Golden Idol returns with more devilishly clever puzzles where you solve various crimes that begin to combine into one grand mystery.
Go experience the world. Find your strength.
The Fashion Nikki series has always had its share of devotees. The dress-up simulator was a pleasant, cozy way to pass the time, collecting different outfits and making your character as cute as they can be. But Infinity Nikki is a bold reinvention, combining all the elements fans loved, along with the amazing outfits they could create and adding a vibrant Zelda-like open world to explore.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you.
There were doubts as to whether Bloober Team could faithfully remake one of the most beloved horror games of all time. Even Bloober admitted as much, citing the mixed reception some of their previous horror games have received. But the determination to do right by the source material paid off, as Silent Hill 2 delivers one of the scariest and best gaming experiences of the year. Faithful to everything that made the original great while updating the rusty, aging bits beautifully, Silent Hill 2 embodies everything that's great about the original, and then some.
I will fulfill my destiny and save the kingdom.
The Prince of Persia, one of gaming's forgotten greats, finally got a new game worthy of the Prince's title. This 2.5D Metroidvania delivers one of the most exhilarating revivals of any franchise in recent memory, and with its tight controls, excellent action, and swashbuckling storytelling, this is the best Prince of Persia game since Sands of Time.
Oh, there we go!
Black Myth...
Wait, are we still going through honorable mentions? No.
Wukong captivated audiences ever since its first trailer was revealed, but that was only a part of the story. Yes, the boss fights are epic and the combat is sublime, but this loving recreation of one of China's oldest, most beloved stories means millions of players can finally appreciate the legend of the Monkey Prince in a whole new way.
Slime.
One of the earliest surprises of the year was Animal Well. On the surface, it's another well-made homage to past 2D Metroidvania games. But the deeper you go, the more you realize Animal Well isn't all that it appears.
I mean, I can't really say anything about games like these. I am not the target audience for this. I don't enjoy these games. So,
While the core gameplay and platforming are excellent, you quickly discover there's a massive puzzle at the heart of it all. So take out your notebook and get ready to put your brain to work to uncover the truth behind Animal Well. Next up are the games that were oh so close to being crowned Game of the Year, but narrowly missed out to the overall winner. If you haven't played these games already, you absolutely should.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
Indiana Jones?
Machine Games is back with another...
Indiana Jones? Bro, it's just a movie. Oh my god, that's not even close.
Their Nazi-punching blockbuster.
That's not even
and
close.
No, this isn't a new Wolfenstein game.
Bro.
Instead, the Swedish studio
IGN
has
moment.
endeavored to bring one of cinema's greatest heroes into the modern gaming age. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is essentially a truly great Indiana Jones movie brought to life.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have some power, something about its geometry, a deeper force that connects these sites.
And by great, we mean up there with the original trilogy, buoyed by Troy Baker's
Then, like, it's a movie. It's barely a game. Like, come on. Every single cutscene is exactly like the movie.
frankly insane portrayal of Harrison Ford's iconic archaeologist,
patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani.
The Great Circle feels like a dream come true for anyone who grew up in.
I really like the art style though. There's something about it. It's very high quality, but at the same time, you also see the animation, right? It's very close to being Uncanny Valley, but it's not. At least not to me. So it's really good.
Enraptured by movies like The Last Crusade and Raider Hero, instead he used his brains as well as his bronze to solve ancient riddles and punch out bad guys. And that's something Machine Games has wonderfully adapted here. Whether it's exploring the ancient catacombs of the Vatican or sneaking up on fascists and bonking them over the head, the Great Circle literally puts you in the dirt-caked shoes of Indiana Jones, and it turns out it's every bit as fun and exciting as we imagined.
Amazing gameplay. Bro. This is the Legend of Zelda playing as Zelda. I remember this game. I remember when it was announced a while ago, and they were all like, people were already saying like, oh, it could be like a nominee in Game of the Year, and oh, it's gonna be so good. It's okay. Just leave it at that. It's okay. Is it special? Sure.
Why is it called The Legend of Zelda if it stars Link? Is a question most have
Game of the
asked
Year?
at one point in their life. Well, ask no more, as Echoes of Wisdom puts Zelda in charge of her own legend in this new top-down adventure game. Visually similar to the 2019 remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom is very much a true Zelda game, complete with the classic puzzles and dungeons the series is known for.
Guys, it's a true Zelda game. Guys, believe me, it's a true Zelda game. You're playing as Zelda, so it's a true Zelda game. It is actually more real Zelda game than all the other ones. Trust.
It's clearly learned from more recent games in the series too. And even though Echoes of Wisdom is more of a classic Zelda experience, the free-form creativity of Breath of the Wild is present, thanks to the Echoes mechanic that lets Zelda conjure whatever item and enemy she encounters, leading to all kinds of madcap solutions. Stuck on the other side of a ledge? Just stack a bunch of beds together to cross. Duh.
Surely we can think of something better.
Prove to
Beds?
yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Helldivers?
Join the Helldivers.
Are you doing your part in the war to save our galaxy?
I'm doing my part.
If not, jump into Helldivers 2 and start blasting away at alien and robot scum. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered one of the new live...
You know, I wouldn't say that Helldivers 2 is good enough for a nominee. At least not Game of the Year nominee. But that's just me.
Service Games of the Year with the sequel to its isometric alien shooter. Reimagined as a squad-based third-person shooter, Helldivers 2 is both a satirical take on the military-industrial complex while also being an addictive blast thanks to its potent mix of high-powered weaponry, devastating orbital drop missiles, and a spirit of Earthian patriotism.
It is a cool game.
It's upon us. The reunion. When
Final
worlds
Fantasy.
merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
After the prelude that was Final Fantasy VII Remake, we finally get to the heart of the adventure in the second in Square Enix.
You know, I'm a little skeptical about these. Well, not skeptical. I'm a little bit critical about remakes, right? It's almost in the same category as DLC for me. So, Elden Ring DLC being a nominee for Game of the Year, that's not okay. And remakes, it's kinda there for me. But yeah, whatever.
X's planned trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth encompasses some of the most important moments from the original, but more than that, stands on its own as a brilliant open-world RPG. What stands out almost immediately is how much love Square Enix has for these characters.
Kitty.
It's clear Square Enix wants players to spend as much time as they can with Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, and Red 13, providing plenty of side quests, mini-games, and expanding entire moments so that we can all spend just a little more time with the gang before they resume their mission in the fight against Sephiroth. It makes these moments all the more valuable, too, given the ending to Rebirth and the approaching finale.
Oh, cool games. Astrobot, let's go! You know, a lot of people... there has been a lot of controversy about Astrobot winning Game of the Year. And I get it. But I think it's a crazy good game. I think it is so innovative. It is so incredibly inspiring. Just amazing levels, honestly. Just it's so crazy.
Astrobot's life began as a humble mascot for the Playroom tech demo. Anytime Sony had some new hardware to show off, whether it was the PSVR headset or the PlayStation 5, Astrobot was there to guide players through the ins and outs of whatever new system Sony wanted to show off. But with Astrobot, the adorable little mascot finally takes center stage. This colorful, vibrant 3D platformer isn't just a showcase for the PS5's powerful GPU and fast SSD, because between the unbridled level of creativity in each level and the controller-stressing difficulty of some of the harder challenge runs, Astrobot is pure delight and wonderment. Every ability Astrobot plays around with, from inflating into a balloon or punching enemies with bungee fists, never fails to amuse even the most hardened gamer. We don't say this lightly, but
You know, I know it's not remotely the same, but this game kind of reminds me of Little Big Planet. Except Little Big Planet was a lot more about making your own levels, and you know, you build communities, you build subscribers, kind of. So it's not remotely the same, but it kind of reminds me of that. You know, that innovation that you feel playing those games. Where did they get the inspiration, right? Maybe they got some from Little Big Planet. I don't know. I get that vibe, you know.
PlayStation might have just found its answer to Nintendo's Mario.
Because in Little Big Planet, they had a bunch of skins that they sold. Like Thanos and, you know, Incredibles and a bunch of Marvel things. Like, you could buy skins from pretty much anything. And I feel like Astrobot kind of brings that back, you know. Not that you buy skins, but you play as Thanos, you play as a bunch of these characters, and it's so fun.
Two ancient elven gods. They were horrific tyrants.
No.
The worst is still coming.
After a brief interlude into the live service genre with games like Anthem.
No. IGN, what are you doing? No.
And a perhaps ill-advised attempt to rush out another Mass Effect game with Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare has gone back to what it knows best. A good old-fashioned dungeon-crawling RPG full of delightful characters, witty dialogue,
except they know nothing about
and
it.
the chance to create a character who looks and talks exact back to basics approach to storytelling, there is one area of major improvement: the combat. It's not unfair to say this is the best a BioWare game has ever played, from its sword and sorcery combat to even the way you traverse the myriad of dungeons and mystical locales.
Combat is fine.
While we're only one game into the BioWare renaissance,
Look, the combat is fine. It's just that the story is written by 12-year-olds that just discovered that transgenderism is a thing. And the design, this character design, the enemy design, my God. It's so silly. It's so silly.
all eyes are back on the Storied Studio.
This game is crazy.
It's just a poker game with some roguelike mechanics. We remember saying to friends, incredulously, when they first told us they spent all night playing a little game called Balatro. How good could it be? Turns out, after tens of thousands of poker hands and hundreds of hours spent playing, Balatro still has us wrapped around its fingers.
Amazing.
A lot can be said about Balatro's addictive qualities and how it has this magnetic ability to get you to play just one more round. The reason for Balatro's rapid ascendancy is how it took one of America's oldest games and refashioned it for one of gaming's most popular genres,
nice.
The roguelike.
Yeah.
The
Amazing.
combination
I
of
love
classic
roguelikes.
poker rules and randomized Joker and tarot cards that augment your
You know, I've just heard about this game, and I have it on my wish list. I've been meaning to play it, or buy it and play it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it at some point. But PoE right now. So.
combos and bump up your high score so you can get to the next round is pure gaming bliss. Balatro is built on creating seemingly endless moments of elation and devastation in equal measures. All you have to do is play your cards right. Literally.
Yeah. Oh, what is this? MrThor Refantasio? Winner? Is that their winner?
For years, Atlus's cult RPG series Persona went from being a cool underground RPG series from Japan to one of the biggest franchises in modern gaming. But with MrThor Refantasio, it's clear the developers behind Persona were seeking to push themselves to new heights. Trading in the modern-day Japanese high school setting for a pure fantasy world full of long-eared knights and bat-like ninjas, Atlus's Studio Zero has created an incredible and timely meditation on political strife and demagoguery.
One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
After the death of the king, the United Kingdom of Uchronia, divided by racial prejudice among its citizens, begins...
Bro, I'm kind of lost. Like, this game, what is this game? I've never heard of this game. Is that their pick? Best game of the year? Against Wukong, Astrobot. You know. This? Like, sure, I haven't heard of the game, so I can't judge too much, but like, damn, dude, there's a reason why I haven't heard of this game.
Is the process of holding its very first popular election that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone familiar with the Persona series, you'll find familiar hallmarks here. Players split their time crawling through difficult dungeons full of horrifying monsters while spending free moments building up relationships with various party members and inhabitants around the country. But while the Persona games spent these quiet moments reaffirming the virtues of youthful friendships, MrThor uses these times to tackle headier questions. What defines a knight's duty? Or the responsibilities of those born into wealth? Can one ever heal from the pains of racism? And is religious tolerance a foolhardy endeavor? These aren't easy questions to address, but are asked plainly throughout MrThor's 70-hour playtime. While Studio Zero refrains from giving clear-cut answers to these questions, it instead acknowledges the virtues of empathy, kindness, and strength in the face of overwhelming fear and hatred that can take root in an uncertain world where leaders promise salvation in exchange for unwavering loyalty. Wrap these philosophical musings in a stylish turn-based RPG that looks and feels stupendous, complete with beautiful character designs from artist Shigenori Soejima and music from Shoji Meguro, and you'll quickly understand why MrThor ReFantazio is IGN's pick for Best Game of 2024.
Somehow they always seem to shock me somehow. Like, I don't know how, they just, every time a new IGN video comes out, they shock me. Oh my god. Let's see the comments. Did they just say that the dialogue in Veilguard was witty? I had a decent time with it, but the dialogue was god-awful. Atlas had an incredible year with Persona 3 Reload and MrThor. This is well deserved. Wukong just gets an honorable mention. Just pack it up and close down already. What's my game of the year 2? How much copium did you guys smoke? Not nearly as good as MrThor. Wait, what is this game? MrThor? I gotta check it out now. Let's check it out. So we are at the store. Oh my god. So blue. MrThor. ReFantazio. Very positive. 92%. Oh wow. Alright, alright. Good stuff. Across the board. Okay. Easily one of the best game atlases ever put out. Wow. Well, shit. How come I've never heard of this game? I guess maybe, like, because I've seen the game before. I've seen some trailer or something. But I guess I just forgot about it because I guess the art design doesn't really appeal to me. It's cool, but it just doesn't really appeal to me. Maybe that's why. Well, you know, at least I didn't pick Veilguard, right? So I'm happy. I'm quite new to this YouTube thing, but I do hope you liked the video. If you made it through, thank you so much. If you did enjoy it that much, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd also like to tell you that I do stream on Twitch every single day, although irregular hours, but I do stream every single day. So please go there and give it a follow, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you so much.